Alyssa Mercante's lawyers are broke. Well, at least one of them is. Lane Haygood has taken to Blue Sky begging for money on GoFundMe for his health concerns. And you know what? When it comes to most people in GoFundMe's for health concerns, I'd say, hey, I hope they feel better. I hope all is okay, even if this person's been not the greatest person to other people. I never wish ill on other people. This dude, I don't know. I'm going to be taking my time pulling out the world's smallest violin. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And yes, it has come to my attention that Alyssa Mercante's lawyer, Lane Haygood, has taken to Blue Sky begging for money. And I can't help but ask the question, what's going on with Alyssa's lawyers to the point of them needing to ask for help financially for their health situation if she has a lawsuit, ongoing litigation against me for over 1 year now? What have they been doing? How's she been paying them? Has she been paying them? JT. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and we're going to check out Twitter coming from 8-Bit Eric. First one off, shout out to him for bringing this to my attention, who says, one of Alyssa Mercante's lawyers had to set up a GoFundMe for pneumonia expenses. He's broke! And shows a screenshot of Lane Stellmaker saying, Blue Sky, my pneumonia has taken a bad turn. I may be facing significant medical costs. I'm starting a GoFundMe to help out with medical bills and expenses. Please share if you can. And again, I never want to wish ill on anyone and hope they get sick or anything worse than that. But at the same time, I'm not going to just feel bad for everybody, especially if they've been a complete a-hole to me and running my life into the ground, or at least trying to for the better part of the past 12 plus months. No, sorry if I don't have any kind of emotions to spare for feeling bad for this guy. 8-Bit Eric continues. Also, I understand people need help, and I am not laughing at someone suffering from pneumonia. But this dude is a effing lawyer who needs $2,000? Something ain't adding up here. Also, dude was a dick to me in the past, and their ilk laugh at others needing to raise money. So thought I'd post this. J Viper replied, are all these losers broke? The lawyers, the client, all of them? This guy was chased out of Texas. He sucks. And I quote tweeted 8-Bit Eric and I said, let me go ahead and grab my smallest violin. And I followed that up with, in case anyone wants to feel bad for him, here is one example of him taking to Blue Sky and saying, she doxes who I say to dox, and I only dox those who deserve it. Now, people might say this is out of context. It depends on what he's talking about. I don't know if this is referring to Alyssa Mercante. I don't know what this is in reference to. But saying this about anyone goes to show exactly what values, or lack thereof, you stand for. Master TDS, aren't these the same people trying to make you give up information on YouTubers that live in New York to somehow justify a nonsensical case that has no leg to stand on? I guess you get what you pay for. And I said, yes, sir. The very same. Emerald Apple, I've never heard of a broke lawyer. Disgusting. So either he's extremely low-end and unpopular lawyer, or maybe that campaign is not actually what it says it's about. I believe it is exactly what he says it's about, where he says it's about pneumonia. I do believe this guy is sick right now. He may or may not be, but that's what I choose to believe. That being the case, it still doesn't explain a lawyer needing to raise $2,000 to pay for medical expenses. I mean, don't lawyers have health care? And yes, I know healthcare is a complete shit show these days, but even if it's bad, $2,000 for a lawyer? I mean, they step on that with the back of their shoe sometimes. What are we doing here? What kind of lawyer is this guy? Well, he took to Blue Sky to inform people. He says, for new followers or refugees from the other place, greetings. My name is Lane. I'm a lawyer, and sometimes I do good work, thanks to my team. And has a post here from the New York Times, which is a paid article that you can't even get into. How a profane joke on Twitter spawned a legal army, a litigation team built from the sharpest, funniest tweeters is suing Elon Musk. I mean, if this guy is one of the sharpest tools in the shed, why is he struggling to pay a $2,000 medical bill as a lawyer? It just strikes me as odd that this guy is struggling for money, unless, I don't know, he's actually a really shitty lawyer and nobody wants to hire him. I know. Crazy thought. He continues with, I'm married to this lady and I'm gonna wife guy it up. Sorry. Okay, so he's a cuck? Self admitted? I'm also an unrepentant hockey fan, Dallas Stars homer, outdoorsman, and reader, and will frequently and loudly comment in media's RIA to all three. Okay. I'm also a huge nerd and paints Warhammer figurines. That's fine. No issues there. Reads sci fi and fantasy novels. Cool. And fences German historical fencing and Japanese iajitsu for fun. All right, so this guy's got a lot of hobbies. No problems there. If you want to follow along, you're going to hear my terrible political opinions and see me plug my blog like this. Socrates in pretrial detention learns about Zeus. Huh? And here we go. We get to the nitty gritty of who we're actually dealing with here. There's also a greater than zero chance you're going to watch me go off on an unhinged philosophical rant because I majored in philosophy and I can't get it out of my system. Again, guys, welcome to his opinions, but from the ones I've seen, he's a complete moron. But if you stick around long enough, you will ultimately find that there is a lot of wisdom in my posts. No, you're an unhinged lefty lunatic that hates Elon Musk, that has severe TDS, and you're taking a case from someone who I believe firmly is mentally unwell, pushing a case that should not be pushed forward. Any lawyer in their right mind would tell their client that what they are doing is terrible. It has very little chance of success and is going to destroy her financially in the long run if she continues proceeding with this. I mean, if you're a lawyer, you would at least hopefully distribute that information to her if you're intelligent. Unless you're using this case as a vessel to get a law passed so that you can use that law to push forward a whole bunch of other cases to actually make money off of them once that law is enacted. But hey, what am I saying? Stochastic terrorism isn't a thing yet. I know you guys would love to make it one, but little do you know that once you make stochastic terrorism a law, then people will just use it against you too. You complete moron. That's why it's not even a thing. That's why it will never be a thing. That's why you're an idiot. That's why, in my humble opinion, you are unqualified as a lawyer and should be disbarred. Again, in my humble opinion. And from many of the people who I've talked to who have interacted with you in the past professionally, they all share the same exact opinion. Take a hint. Here is the GoFundMe fundraiser listed on help with medical bills for pneumonia recovery. And as far as his explanation for why he needs to raise the money, I have been diagnosed with a severe case of pneumonia and will be hospitalized. I will need help defraying the cost of treatment and covering bills' expenses for my family while I am unable to work. Please, anything you give helps me be able to get through this. I appreciate every one of you. Which, real quick sidebar, these people are proactively suing me and redoing what they're suing me about, rewriting it, sending additional explanations to the judge over and over again, delaying, causing this thing to be stretched out, costing lots and lots of money to me, proactively suing me, coming at me, attacking me and my family to try to destroy my life. And now this guy's sick, saying, I'm out of work now because I have pneumonia. So I need money, like more money to support him while he's out with pneumonia to what? Delay the case even more that you're coming at me with? Why is this even allowed? How is this acceptable? Like the way the legal system is set up, especially in the United States, is a complete joke. Like, what a mess. You could just go ahead and sue whoever you want, and then they're at your mercy for as long as you want them to be, according to how the courts seem to work. As long as the judge doesn't put a stop to it, which is what's happening here. So they can just keep delaying this, prolonging this, and I wouldn't be surprised if they use this situation and say, hey, judge, we had a situation come up. We need to delay this even longer and start costing him even more money. But anyways, Lane has already raised almost $6,000 of the $7,000 request. Weird. So it was $2,000 for your pneumonia medical bills. But then one day later, it was $3,000. And then later that day, it was $5,500. And then the next day, it's $7,000. Weird. Weird how it just keeps skyrocketing up as if the $2,000 people were led to believe that your insurance was not covering, that you need help paying for your down payment or whatever the deductible is being cost. People are like, okay, we'll help with the 2,000. This is insane. A lawyer pushing through, raising the price incrementally every single day as he hits new goals and trying to make more money. Using this situation as a financial gain, trying to extort money out of people feeling bad for him and begging for more and more money. Hysterical. And wait a second. Isn't this from the same people that tried to take down my GoFundMe because Alyssa was suing me and they were saying that it was not allowed under the GoFundMe terms? So then I had to move it over to Give, Send, Go because GoFundMe paused it. But I guess it's perfectly okay if you're a lefty lunatic to be raising money for whatever you need. But when someone you ideologically disagree with, then you need to stop their GoFundMe. Funny how that works. Rules for thee, not for me. The leftist mindset. This is one of Alyssa Mercante's lawyers. These are the types of people representing her. You wondering what type of person this guy is? Well, in the past, he even threatened to open a GoFundMe before to quote unquote dox the shit out of people. Lane Stellmaker said, going to start a GoFundMe to dox the shit out of some people and have me show up on their doorstep and kick them in the dick. Who's with me? And then follow that up with, just kick them over and over and over again until they barf up blood on my shoes. Then stamp a bloody boot print right on their big dumb faces. So now this guy is sick and ironically going to GoFundMe and asking for money for his pneumonia. The same guy that I'd like to think, I hope this is a joke, but with these people, you never know, and it probably isn't, saying that he would actually be violent with people with starting a GoFundMe. Is that not a little bit concerning to anyone else? This is who I am struggling with fighting against. So I guess I could use this as a quick opportunity to let you guys know that my near $70,000 has almost been completely used up. So if you do want to support someone going against these lawyers, financing Ron Coleman, someone representing me, fighting back against these people that are trying to subdue and silence my opinions, please feel free to support my Give, Send, Go, which I will link in the description below. These people are nuts. They will stop at nothing to destroy you. And I am the only thing right now standing in the way of their onslaught pushing forward on this. Because if they are to be successful in pushing forward this stochastic terrorism or whatever the hell they're trying to sue me for, and honestly, in the 60+ page document that was redone 2 or 3 different times, at this point, I don't even know what they're suing me for anymore. If they are successful in pushing that forward, do you think they're going to stop at me? Or do you think they're going to move forward and go after, I don't know, Asmongold or other content creators out there that they ideologically disagree with? Because mark my words, that's exactly what they're going to do. Anyways, before I end the video, I want to just speak to Lane. I know you're going to be watching this, and my true feelings for you is I genuinely hope you do get better. I really do. I hope you're able to get over the pneumonia and feel better, because I know that can't be a good feeling. I also hope you get disbarred and stop practicing law, because you are a complete joke and an embarrassment to the entire legal field. And I hope you're able to find something in this world that makes you happy and, more importantly, makes you money, because being a lawyer clearly isn't it. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing.
Against the state on the grounds of an unlawful search and seizure. I kind of feel like I've slipped into the Star Trek mirror universe here, and I promise, despite I have the beard, I am not the evil twin. Smash,